shot, an elderly lady of the court who has claimed his hand in marriage. Under his father's law, a naked poo would have to marry her or die. So in the disguise of a wandering minstrel, he journeys to the town of Titipu, where he falls in love with Yum Yum, word of Coco, the tailor to whom she is betrothed.
Our great Mikado purchased when he to rule our land began. He's out to try a plan whereby it men might best be spent. So he decreed in words succinct that all unflirted there nor winked, unless kind
the great citizens of state resigned because they were too proud to suffer as their next tailor, I immediately took all of their posts myself.
And their salaries attached to them.
Yes, it is my duty to serve as First Lord of the Treasuries, Lord Chief Justice, Commander-in-Chief, Lord High Admiral, Master of the Buckhounds, Groom of the Backstairs, and Archbishop of Titipu, all rolled into one. And at a salary, but I do it. It revolts me, but I do it.
And it does you credit.
Oh, but I don't stop there. No. I go and dine with middle-class people at reasonable terms. I dance at cheap suburban parties for a moderate fee. I accept all refreshments on any hands, however lowly. I also sell state secrets for a very low price. For instance, any further information on Yum Yum would come under the heading of a state secret. Another insult, but a light one, I think. You must forget about Yum Yum. This very day she comes home from school, and this afternoon she marries Coco. Take my advice, leave this place at once.
And I've journeyed so far to learn that Yum Yum, the one who I love dearly, is to be married to Coco.
Young men who spare life, boys go to Yum Yum the fair. You must not do this, will not do. I'm sorry for you. You very imperfect illusion. This very day from school, Yum Yum will wend her way and home will come with the beat and drum and the rum tum tum to wed the Lord High Executioner. And the brass the crash and the trumpets ring and the coronation will win a day. She'll toddle away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner. And the brass the crash and the trumpets ring and she'll toddle away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner. It's a hopeless case, I'm soon to see, and in your place, so where I've been, but don't blame me, I'm sorry to be of your pleasure and commissioner. They'll vow their pact extremely soon. In point of fact, this afternoon, her honeymoon with that buffoon, at 7 commences solutioner. And the brass will crash, and the trumpets ring, and the coronation will wedding day. She'll toddle away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner. And the brass will crash, and the trumpets ring, and she'll toddle away. She'll toddle away as Oliver with the Lord High Executioner. Here he comes! Behold the Lord High Executioner, a personage of noble rank and title, a dignified and potent officer, whose functions are particularly vital. To the Lord High Executioner. To the Lord, to the noble, to the Lord High Executioner. Taken from the county jail by a set of curious chances, liberated in on bail, on my own recognizances, welcomed by a favoring gale, as one sometimes is in trances, to hide if you can scale, stay by long and weary dances, surely never had a male so adventurous.
centuries by this in every country by this song. And the lady from the Providence who dresses like a guy, but who doesn't think she dances but would rather like to try. But it really doesn't matter whom you put upon the list, for they none of them be missed. They none of them be missed. You may put them on the list. You may put them on the list. And they none of them be missed. They none of them be missed.
Thank goodness that's over.
Will you present me? Oh, this is a gentleman visiting one at a time, if you please.
Oh, if you please, this is the gentleman who used to play so beautifully on the Green Parade. Yes, I believe that was the name of the instrument.
Sir, I have the misfortune to love your ward. Yum yum. I know I deserve your anger. Anger? Not a bit, my boy. I love her myself. Charming little thing, isn't she? Pretty eyes, nice hair. Delightful little thing altogether. Glad to have my opinion backed up by competent authority. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Take it away!
I beg your pardon, but what is this? Hesper comfort fitting?
That is a tremendous nobleman. Snuff! Oh, it's alive! Allow me to present you, Mikado. These are my 3 wards. The one in the middle is my right to be. Howdy do, little girls, howdy do! There's a good nobleman. Go, girls. Yum yum, alas we are alone. I have sought you night and day in the belief that your guardian was to be beheaded. And now I find that you're going to marry him this very afternoon.
Alas, yes.
But do you not love him?
Alas, no.
Modified rapture. Why do you not refuse him?
What good will that do? He's my guardian and he wouldn't let me marry you.
But I could wait until you're of age.
You forgot that in Japan, girls don't become of age until they are 50.
True, from 17 to 49 is a considerable time.
Besides, a wandering minstrel who plays outside tea houses is hardly a fit husband for the ward of the Lord High Executioner.
But what if I could prove that I am no other than the son of His Majesty, the Mikado?
The son of the Mikado? But what has your Highness done? And why has your Highness disguised? And will your Highness promise to never do it again?
Some years ago, I had the misfortune to be loved by Katasha, an elderly lady of my father's court. She claimed me in marriage under my father's law. My father ordered me to marry her within a week. That night, I ran away and assuming the disguise of a second trombone, I joined the band in which we first met.
If you please, I think your Highness better not get too close. The laws against flirting are very strict.
But we are quite alone and nobody can see us.
This will never do.
To think how my entire future happiness is wrapped up into that little parcel. I have a letter from His Majesty, Mikado. What? Mikado! The Mikado? What does he have to say to me? The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Cityfoot for a year. And unless someone is beheaded in a month, the rank of Lord High Executioner will be abolished. And the city's rank will be reduced to a village. But we'll be ruined. Yes. I'll have to execute somebody at once. But the only question is, who shall it be? Well, it seems unkind to say so, but since they're already under the sentence of death for flirting, everything seems to point to you. To me? What do you mean? I can't execute myself. Why not? Why not? In the first place, cutting off one's head is extremely difficult, not to mean a dangerous thing to attempt. And second, it's suicide. And suicide's a capital offense. That is so, no doubt. Besides, I don't see how a man can cut off his own head. A man might try, even if he only succeeded in cutting it half off. That would be something. Pardon me, but no. As Lord High Executioner, I cannot consent to a professional operation unless I am sure I will succeed.
I'm afraid that unless you can obtain a substitute.
A substitute? Nothing easier.
I don't much care to sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark dock, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock from a chippy chopper on a big black block. To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark dock, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock from a chippy chopper on a big black block. A dull, dark dock, a lifelong lock, a short, sharp shock, a big black block. To sit in solemn silence in a pestilential prison and awaiting the sensation of a chippy chopper on a big black block.
Then in a month, I would have to be buried alive. It makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does make a difference, of course.
You see, burial alive is such a stuffy death. You see my difficulty, don't you?
Yes, and I see my own. If I insist on carrying out my promise, I will doom you to a hideous death. But if I release you, you'll marry Coco at once. Justice, Attorney General, Secretary of State for the Home Department, Lord Mayor, and groom of the second floor front.
They were all present, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
Very good audience. I wish I had been in time for the performance. A man of gigantic strength he was.
His struggles were terrific.
Describe it. The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. With a frightful, frantic, fearful frown, I bared my big right arm. I seized him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and jiggled, I drew my sneaker sleeve. My sneaker sleeve. Oh, never shall I forget the cry or the shriek that shrieked at me. I gashed my teeth from underneath. I drew my sneaker sleeve. He always tries to utter lies, and every time he fails. He shivered and shook as he gave the sign of the stroke he didn't deserve. When all of a sudden his eye met mine, and it seemed to brace his nerve. For he got in his cab and he kissed his hand, and he whistled and laughed and he. And the saber truth cut cleanly through his serviceable vertebrae. His vertebrae. Winds of prey, a beautiful maid, is a cheering sight to see. And all one black that moment sound was soon by the side of me. Now those who had said that head was dead were as honored as was it. Twisted on its neck with smile well bred, and it bowed 3 times to me. It was done under impudent awe, and none were as humble as can be. For clearly knew the deference due to a man of pedigree. Of pedigree. And so I vow that deathly bow with a touch and sight to see. Though traumless yet, it couldn't forget the deference due to me. It's all to you, these dreams are true, whenever he finds a pace. And in his face and all his place, exactly as he said, exactly as he said. All this is very interesting, but we came about a totally different matter. A year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, disappeared from our imperial court. Indeed, had he any reason to be unhappy with his position?
None whatever. On the contrary, I was going to marry him. Yet he fled. I'm surprised they should have fled from someone so lovely. That's not true. No. You say that I'm not beautiful because my face is so plain. You know nothing. Learn then. It is not in the face alone that beauty is to be found. My face is unattractive. It is. But I have a left shoulder blade that's a miracle of loveliness, and a right elbow that has a fascination that few can resist. Allow me. And my right heel is much admired.
And yet he fled, and now is hiding in this town, disguised as a second trombone.
A second trombone?
Yes, would it be troubling you too much if I asked you to produce him? He goes by the name of Nagipus. It's quite easy. That is, it's rather difficult. In point of fact, he's gone abroad. Gone abroad? His address. Claremore.
theatrical performances. This is a theatrical performance. There's only one thing to be done. Nanky Poo hasn't left yet. He must come to life once again. Here, Nanky Poo, I've got news for you. You're pardoned.
Oh, but it's too late. I'm a dead man, and I'm off for my honeymoon.
Yes, but it seems that a terrible thing has just happened. You're the son of the Mikado.
Oh, that happened some time ago.
Yes, but your father's here, and with Caddyshaw.
My father with Caddyshaw?
He wants you very much. And so does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
But what does that have to do with it?
Caddyshaw claims me in marriage, but I'm married already. And so she will insist on my execution. And if I'm executed, my wife will be buried alive. You see our difficulty.
Yes, I don't know what's to be done.
If you could, well, this is your only chance. If you could persuade Caddyshaw to marry you, she would have no further claim on you. And I could come to life without having any fear of being put to death.
I marry Caddyshaw?
I really do think it's our only hope.
My good girl, you've seen her. She's something appalling.
That's only her face. She has a left elbow which people come miles to see.
And I am told that her right heel is much admired. My good sir, I will not pin my heart on the lady's right heel.
It comes to this. When Caddyshaw is single, I prefer to be a dead man. When Caddyshaw is married, life is wealth as the flowers in spring. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, bring promise of merry sunshine. And we merrily dance when we sing, tra-la, we welcome the hope that they bring, tra-la, of the summer of roses and wine, of the summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say nothing. It's welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la, la-la-la, tra-la, la-la-la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la, la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with this case. I've got to take under my wing, tra-la, a most attractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing, oh Father, the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la, la-la-la, tra-la, la-la-la, oh Father, the flowers in spring. Tra-la, la-la-la, tra-la, la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
Caddyshaw? Caddyshaw! Caddyshaw! The creature who robbed me of my love. But vengeance is coming. They're heating the oil. Caddyshaw, you see a beggar at your feet. Caddyshaw, mercy! Mercy! Had you mercy on him? See here, you. You have killed my love. He did not love me, but he would have loved me in time. I'm an acquired taste. Only the educated palate can appreciate me. I was educated his palate when he left me. Well, he is dead now, and where shall I find another? It takes years to train a man to love me. Am I to go through the same thing again, by begging mercy for you, who robbed me of my prey? I mean pupil. Oh, where shall I find another? Here? Here? What? Caddyshaw, for years I've loved you with a white-hot passion. Caddyshaw, if there is mercy in your heart, turn not away. I dare not hope for your love, but I will not live without it. You, whose hands still breathe the blood of my beloved, dare to address the words of passion to a woman you so foully wrong. You know not what to say. Listen.
chest as he sat on the bough, singing willow, titch willow, as a cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh willow, titch willow, he sobbed and he sighed and a gurgle he gave, then he plunged himself into the billowy wave, when an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Oh willow, though I probably shall not exclaim as I die. Oh willow, titch willow.
It's a touching story and quite true. I knew the bird well.
Did you? You must have been quite fond of her.
Yes, his love was extraordinary.
Should you do the same if I refused you?
At once.
Oh, no, you mustn't. Anything but that. Oh, I am a silly little goose.
You are.
And you won't hate me just because I'm a teeny weeny bit bloodthirsty.
Henshaw, is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
My idea exactly. There's beauty in the feather of the glass. There's grandeur in the breath of the cat. There's elegant at war when the lion is in love and the tiger is the fashion of the sky.
Yes, I'd like to see a tiger from the Congo or the Niger, and especially when lashing up his tail.
All cannons have a slang for Venezuela, and earthquakes only terrify the dogs. But for him, the scientist, there's nothing as terrific than the falling and the fighting of the fall.
Yes, in spite of all my meekness, if I have a little weakness, it's just passion for the flight and thunder rolls. If life is so sing very down, very except in very odd taste of one, away we'll go and merrily, very on totally tears up. It's done. If that is so sing very down, very except in very odd taste of one, away we'll go and merrily, very on totally tears up. It's done. Very on, merrily, very on totally tears
Now then, we've had a fine lunch. Have all the painful preparations been made? Your Majesty, all is prepared. Then bring in the criminals.
Mercy, mercy for Coco, mercy for Pixie, mercy even for Pooh-Bah.
I beg your pardon? I don't think I quite caught that last remark. Mercy, even for Pooh-Bah.
Mercy, my husband was to have been, is now dead. I just married this miserable object.
Nothing wrong about it. We were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar.
I see. But my problem is you have slain the heir to the throne of Japan. The heir is not slain. Bless my heart, my son.
And I am your daughter-in-law.
Traitor, you have deceived me.
Yes, you're entitled to a little explanation, but it would be better if you gave it in whole than in pieces.
Your Majesty, it's like this. It's true that I said that I killed Naked Pooh.
Yes, in greatest detail.
Your Majesty, it's like this.